everyone, this is April with Flowers from the Foss family. We garden in zone 4A, and today I was out here in the morning, it's still morning, out here, and I noticed some things that had just bloomed. I'm like, oh my gosh, and then pretty soon I'm like taking a video of everything. So this is a front yard tour, and I might do a backyard one right away too, because everything is just like happening so fast because it's been so sunny and nice, and then we've had rain, so everything is just looking so good. So I want to make sure I get it documented, and so I hope you enjoy, and leave a comment or like or whatever you feel like. So I hope you enjoy it. So I took this video this morning, but I'm doing a voiceover instead because I just wanted to whip through it. But anyways, those poppies just bloomed overnight, and then there must be a couple here that I didn't notice. Those are all bread seed poppies, and they are, I started them in the house, except for those lavenders ones back there. I saved poppy seeds from last year, and I put them all over the ground in late winter, and probably 100 popped up, and I thinned them out, and they're very small, the ones that I put in the ground that I sown in the late winter. But the ones that I did in the house, started by seed in the house, the plants are massive, and also the blooms are massive. So I will be doing that again because they're just so prolific, and they're all different. They're all a little bit different. Those are annual, some kind of daisies. I have foxgloves back there. And so just to note that this video is going to be a little out of order. So I wanted to get those recorded, those poppies that bloomed, and then I'm just gonna take a video. And this is going to be our garden tour for the week. So this is, our dining room planter box, and some ornamental grass that I just love. One is growing way better than the other. There's marigolds and salvia, and so some of this is going to be a repeat because I just didn't plan this out. And there's creeping thyme on the sidewalk. My husband loves that. Look at these beautiful lilies. I was one that didn't really like lilies at all, but these are so pretty. And these are from my neighbor right across the driveway there that passed away last summer. They but they said that we could have whatever we wanted, and so we took a bunch of things, and these lilies were one of them, even though I didn't really care for them. And last year when they bloomed, actually it was the year before, because last year when they bloomed, they only each had one flower on them. And I was just doing a little scan of the rest of the garden to show you where they're at, and so I came back to them to show you. The lamium is right on the side, and then those purple flowers, I do not know what they are, but they keep blooming. They've been blooming and blooming. I think they only last a day, but then there's more buds, and then they bloom like every day. Those coleus I started by seed, and they're pretty pathetic looking. They're so tiny. Maybe they'll grow, but I doubt it. They're shade, so I don't know what they're gonna do. And then, like I said, this video is kind of out of order. So right behind this fence, we have weeds that I like. I like the color. They're just white. This is a incredible hydrangea, and it did not have any blooms for the last 2 years, so I'm so excited that it has blooms. And then I'm showing you these over here, kind of taking, because I wasn't at this point still not knowing if I was going to do a video, but I just can't even help taking video every day of the garden. This is a penstemon. I really like the seed heads too. The purple flowers are super cute. So they're kind of dying off now, and then we'll we get another tiny flush. That's a Russian sage. It's starting to get its blue flowers on it. This is a 9 bark, and everything had a pretty hard winter, so everything was cut way back because there was broken branches and all the things. So these are dianthus, and I'm not sure, I might have it written down somewhere which ones they were, but they were on their deathbed at Walmart. And so I picked them up last year, and they're coming back pretty good. And there's November out there, always wanting attention, as like any little toddler or any person, I suppose. So I took a little video of her there dancing around. There's marigolds that I popped in here. We'll see how far they get. And this sedum, so Matt broke a branch off the sedum that we have on the other side of the garden, and he just stuck it in the ground, and that will grow into a plant. And so if you didn't know that, go ahead and do that. Just cut your sedum and stick it in the ground, and it'll grow and grow and grow. This is sage, so that's annuals, and there's that was a dianthus, and this is a hydrangea. This is the Zinfandel one, I believe. Doesn't have any buds on it yet. That one was pretty bad too. So this dianthus, I love the color of the grass on it. It's like bluish, greenish, and that is a fire witch. And these are stock, first time growing stock, and they're so cute pink. Oh my gosh, I love them. So I thought they were more of a spring, but I don't know. And this is a Alfredo viburnum that my husband picked up from Menards, like it must have been 2 summers ago. And this is such a good grower. I love how compact it is. I really like it. And in the fall it gets the prettiest color orange leaves. That is a there's 2 hydrangeas, and in between the hydrangeas are cosmos, and then these phlox, which smell just so good. And so they say the same thing, which is flame. So I don't know if they're the same or what. So I came back to this spot to give you a little bit of a slower look at this. So those are incredible hydrangeas that are growing so nice, and some cosmos. And this echinacea I started by seed, and it's not a purple coneflower color, which I'm totally fine with. But I just learned that they don't always come back true to what the mother plant was. And so that one off to the side there is already, you know, can't even think of the word. It's been in the ground for 2 years now. And there's sedum, an autumn joy sedum, and this is another incredible hydrangea. It's so pretty. Last year they burnt because they weren't getting enough water, so hopefully this year we can keep a better eye on that. They're just so huge too. And another look at these lilies up close and slower. I think we had 5 bulbs in here, I don't remember, and last year I think they each had maybe 1 or 2 blooms on each stalk, and it's just amazing how much bigger they are. And this hydrangea, the incredible hydrangea, is huge, and they're just huge. They're supposed to be non-floppers, so we'll see how that works this year. A little bee on there. I mean, I'm not a yellow person, but I mean, how can you just not think that's so pretty? So they'll stay. We have some dahlias tucked in there, and foxgloves that are gonna bloom, and marigolds. I love marigolds in the garden. And then we have spent alliums that are probably ready to be pulled out because they're just moving all around. Another closer look at those. So they're lime green and then they turn white. Now I'm on another part of the garden. You can see the lilies in the background there. So this is more by the dining room window. So we have spireas and we have these echinacea butterfly kisses. They're so cute. They're like pom-pom. I love them. And then right there is a verbena that I just cut off the top of one of the things and stuck it in the ground, and it's growing. The delphinium are done. I gotta cut those. The banana cream Shasta daisies are so beautiful. There's alyssum in here, and that is catmint. Catmint? Is it catmint? And I need to cut that back, so I'll do that. There's alyssum, and these little pink things are jewels of opar. They have little red berries after the little pink flowers bloom. And this is a proud berry, and it has little tiny blooms on it, tiny pink ones, and then they turn to pink berries in the fall. They're very cute berries. The flowers, they're not so prolific. There's bunny-tailed grass and lamb's ear, and there is alyssum tucked in there, and snapdragons, and a poppy that I picked up from Walmart. See, I'm not sure I really like this color, but it's color for now. There's a jewel of opar back there, and that's a mum. Last year we cut them back so they're more rounded, but I'm just gonna leave it this year and see what happens. That alyssum looks so good. That one right there is the best looking one in the front here. We have so it's not called Astronina, it's called Astrantia. Look how cute that is. Star of Beauty, that one is. Some more jewels of opar, some purple gomphrena. I just love how that looks all together. And those are iris foliage, and those irises never got any blooms, so I don't know. That's another sedum, super pretty. Behind it is a purple fountain grass that's growing well. This is Cat's Pajamas Nepeta, and it's huge. It's huge. It's flopping all over. The bees still like it, so I might want to cut it back. Spent alliums. And you can hear my daughter in the back there. November. Shh. Dianthus. So I cut all the spent flowers off, and now they're getting a few more buds. That's a scabiosa back there, and some lamb's ear. And this lamb's ear was huge. It had tall flowers, and I just chopped them off, and now it's growing new ones already. The chives were spent, so I cut those back. There's some alyssum right there. Really pretty. I like the purple. Jewels of opar, and behind it is liliatris, a couple of them. This is a Invincible Spirit 2 hydrangea. And so the flower heads are kind of small, so we'll see. It's in a lot of shade right here. But it's still cute. It's really cute pink flowers on that. And then we go down this path over here, and it's kind of all new back here. So this is a Rudbeckia that I started in the house, and right behind it was a cone flower. And so these little poppies came out of the ground because I threw seeds in there, and they're really tiny compared to the ones I started in the house. Those are the lilies in the back, and the pink lilies, and these daisies. Matt threw seeds back here like 3 years ago, and they're starting to grow. Or I don't know. There's phlox right here. It's a lavender phlox. I don't see any buds yet, which is kind of weird, I guess. This is a incredible blush hydrangea. There's heuchera, and that sedum there was started by one stem. feverfew, and then you see these poppies again because I literally can't get enough of this poppy view. They're so beautiful. The colors and just how healthy they look, and the seed heads. I love the seed heads. The tall grass, that grass is so tall now. There's foxgloves back there and rudbeckia back there. And there's little November coming through the path. There's foxgloves right by where she is. So now I'm more inside the garden. You can see the lilies back there, the yellow one, and then the poppies right there. And so that tall grass is one of my favorite things. And these are all the foxgloves, and so I'm kind of behind them, so you can't really get a good, well, these ones you can see, but they're like fuzzy and just so soft looking, and they're huge, like the actual bells. The flowers are humongous. Bees go up inside there. You can hear them buzzing around. And there's a foxglove. I started so many of these in the house. Actually, these ones, we threw seeds out last fall and we got tons of them growing, and we thinned them out a little bit, but they're, you know, pretty many amount of plants right there. That's a berry smoothie heuchera, and these little bells are native and I don't really know the name of them. Wormwood, it's gonna flower. I don't like the flowers, so we might cut that back so it looks bushier. All these cosmos self-seeded from the cosmos we had there last year. I did not plant those, and I think that's just so cool. There's also daisies poking up behind the hyssop there. The lupin has little tiny flowers again. They're just tiny. They're nothing like they were. This is a what are they called? Rose mallow or a mallow? That just came up all by itself, and I love those. This is a fatal attraction echinacea. It's not blooming yet, but it's getting ready. This is a hyssop, and it's probably the tallest thing we have in our garden. It's super tall, and it's going to have all those purple flowers all over it. And right behind it is that Invincible Spirit 2 that I showed you earlier, and the lamb's ear, and the scabiosa. So we're kind of in the garden. The last little segment, we're on the front of that. That sedum is so pretty. This is an incredible hydrangea that it did not have blooms the first year we put it in, 2021, and it didn't have any blooms last year either, so I didn't know, and now it does. It has a lot of blooms. This is the sidewalk to nowhere, and I'm just kind of panning of the whole garden here to see what it looks like. The two grasses, one is way bigger than the other. Those are the foxgloves and a blue bachelor button back there. And then I twist around here to show you this purple fountain grass, which is growing so good, and basil. We have basil tucked in the garden all over. I just love it. This is I think this is the Quickfire Fab hydrangea. And this poppy is poppy that just came up by itself. I don't think I put any seeds over here. It's the same bread seed poppy, and it's red. Like, it's so weird how they're all a little bit different, and that one is red, a true red. Like I said, this video is all out of order, so we're in the front of the deck here, which I kind of always start with. That is a wormwood. Right there is a geranium, Supertunia vistas, is that what they're called? Drumstick alliums that are starting to bloom. I've never had those here before. These are phlox that smell so good. Behind there is another hydrangea. It's super tiny. We just planted that last year. Amaranth that doesn't grow great that right there. It probably doesn't get enough sun. Foxgloves and dahlias all tucked in there. There's a fire witch dianthus. I love the color of that. There's a delphinium that I bought. I believe I bought that. Super cute. This is a sand cherry. Really, really pretty. We love that. That's one of the first things that Matt bought. So I'm just backing up to show you this little part of the garden, and those are our boxes, our planter boxes. Those are all petunias that I started by seed, and I thought that I was being so smart by saving the seeds to my favorite Bordeaux one, and I got those colors instead, but I still like how bright and pretty they are. This is a Oh So Easy rose. Really pretty colors. I don't know, I might move this one, we'll see. And it stays small. I can't remember, but it stays pretty small. And then this is a knockout rose, and the flowers are kind of similar to the Oh So Easy rose, just a little bit pinker, which the more pink the better for me. It's growing really good right there. There are foxgloves back there that will probably bloom next year. Some yarrow that I need to cut some of it back. It's spent and not looking that great. That's a dahlia, purple fountain grass. We have the purple fountain grass is really, really pretty too, how it moves in the wind and stuff. So this will get big and have very cute plumes on this and cover that ugly vent back there. This is a basil, cinnamon basil. There's a foxglove, a peony back there, two volunteer sunflowers. This is a serendipity allium. There's so many blooms on that. This is a reminiscent rose. It is so beautiful. I think this is my favorite one I have. It has some spent blooms in there, but I don't mind. They're just so pretty. And they smell really good too. So, so pretty. Look at that color pink. I love that color pink. I just love them. The different shades of pink, darker, and then they get lighter, and they'll be so cute next to this hydrangea. This is a Incredible blush. Well, it says Incredible blush hydrangea. Has such cute little flowers on it. And this one was just planted last summer, probably more towards the fall, and it was tiny, and it was the first thing that came up for the hydrangeas. And it looks so good, and I can't believe how well it's growing. So this is a dahlia started by seed, and we did not know what they were going to be. And I believe this is the only one that is going to be pink. So that one is pink, and it's huge though. That dahlia is humongous. These are petunias and alyssum and purple fountain grass. So the alyssum and the basil and the zinnias and petunias and the dahlias were all started by seed by me in our house. That dahlia back there, I took it out of its basket and I realized it was sitting in water. So I have it sitting out now. There's our cactus, and it bloomed again. One little flower. It had a lot of blooms. I think it was late spring, early spring. White marigolds that aren't white. They're yellowish, but still cute. I absolutely love our flower box, our dining room flower box. Everything in here was started by seed. So there's petunias, alyssum, there's white marigolds, and there's verbena. I love how it's all growing together in the colors. The verbena is so tall. I swear it keeps growing. It keeps getting taller. And so you'll see a blue pot right there. And I don't know what happened to the petunias right there. They like turned yellow and brown and started dying. So I stuck a little basil plant in there. So that's too bad, because it would have been nice to have the whole thing just full of those pink petunias, but it's still really cute. It's still, you know, is a statement piece, and I love it. Those petunias on the end there are white and pink, so that was a surprise. And then I'm just spanning the garden here. You can see the banana cream daisies and the echinacea, the spirea, the daisies that was a volunteer. We didn't plant that there. And I'm so glad we just let them grow, because they're very cute right there. There's basil in here, zinnias, there's foxgloves. This zinnia is really pretty color. Their flower heads are not that big though, so that's too bad. This is a flower, I don't know what it's called, but it is a volunteer. They just grow every year, but it's a little too close to the Incredible blush hydrangea there. It's still small. These rose mosses pop up all over, and those ones are cute. Those are white, so I'll leave them there. When they die though, they're just mushy looking, so that's not cute. That white alyssum, I don't think I put that there. It might have been in, you know, I don't know, one of the petunia pots that I put out. There's cosmos back here that will bloom soon, and this is a clematis. It has really like lavender pink flowers on it, and it's just growing up that trellis. I have no idea how to grow those or what I'm supposed to do, so I'm just letting it do its thing. A little tiny pink zinnia. I wish the flowers were more prolific. A hollyhock. There's creeping thyme that is on its way out with the flowering, but it's just so cute. It's very cute, and it's just spreading all over. Matt takes little chunks and puts it here and there, and we kind of like how it's going over the sidewalk, because the sidewalk has no point. These are Queen of the Prairie. That's what I know to call them. I think they have a different name. There's white and pink ones in there. The pink ones are my favorites, like cotton candy. It looks like cotton candy when it starts blooming. Primrose, which will be moved. I don't really prefer that very much. Nasturtium in there. There's alyssum in here. There's a little tiny poppy that's going to have the smallest flower. Foxgloves. And then some more alyssum. It's growing really good, actually. This is a silver mound that needs to be cut back. This is what the Queen of the Prairie looks like when it starts blooming. It's so cute. I love the look of it. Just like a cotton candy, fuzzy little look. Bees like that a lot. That bloom-struck hydrangea was looking bad after winter. It was like had nothing. It was dead looking, but it grew something out of the ground. It grows on old and new wood, thank goodness. That's a purple fountain grass. This is chocolate mint that smells so good. So I guess they can take over quickly, and so we have it in this little spot. Hopefully it doesn't, you know, go beyond that spot, but we'll keep an eye on it. And we have on the other side of the sidewalk, there are marigolds and Dusty Miller. That's a salvia back there. More thyme. This is Erigeum, and so I think it's called Blue Hobbit, but it's, I hope these get, I think they get a little bit taller, but I love the blue. It's very cute. And there's another one, not blue yet, and one back there turning blue. Some alyssum, and so those are perennials. Alyssum is not a perennial. The thyme is a perennial. There's marigolds and feverfew and a peony that's spent. Zinnias, and those are those poppies over there. And the foxglove, and you can see the all-star rose back there, and some red coleus. These are the white marigolds that are banana cream yellow. I don't care, I like them. I think they're very cute. They're getting into a, you know, kind of a cute little bush there. And we have the regular marigolds growing in there. There's yarrow. There's Sunday gold celosia tucked in there, which is just puny looking, so I don't know how much it will grow. This is the coming back now down the sidewalk the other way. More feverfew, a dusty miller, yarrow that's going to get ready to bloom. There's a purple fountain grass back there. Some gladiolas that I think there were 14 of them and only like 3 or 4 came up, and it doesn't even look that good. It looks kind of yellow. These are the daisies. They're just so cute. I mean, I didn't even think I liked daisies, but they're too cute. Too cute right here. This little spot is so beautiful to look at. It's just very picturesque. These are the verbena just popping up. I need more verbena next year. That's one of my goals. Way more verbena. That's a weed back there by the allium. It'll get like little, they look like little dandelion seed heads where they look like poof balls. I'm just gonna leave it. Feverfew, this is the single feverfew, which it has a bigger yellow middle. I'm kind of stepping into the garden now so I can show you things. These are zinnias that are blooming. Snapdragons. Most things that you see here are started by seed in our house this last winter, late winter and spring. The banana cream daisies next to the verbenas, so cute. The delphiniums are done. The alliums are way done, but they're just so cute to look at. This is a bobo hydrangea that has blooms on, or buds on it. This is millet, and we thought the millet was a goner, but actually this one is growing very good in the garden. We'll see. Apparently birds really like the millet, so hopefully we get more birds. Look at those foxgloves. The foxgloves are so pretty. And behind it are those poppies, and then the tall grass and the yellow lilies we were looking at earlier. There's phlox right there on the left that has buds, and they're gonna be bright pink. There's foxgloves back there. A little closer look at the bobo hydrangea, which stays pretty small. And then that's a yew. And it grew a lot, actually. I didn't think it was growing at all, but it grew a lot. So that's cute back there. There's snapdragons and spent alliums, and there's dahlias back here, and iris foliage, and then a view from inside the garden. Look how cute that is. Love that. Okay, so now we're on the deck, and usually I start up on the deck, but this is such a backwards, messed up video. So this is purple fountain grass that probably has the most plumes on it. It's up on the deck and it gets a good amount of sun. Those are petunias. These dark petunias up here, they smell really good. The lavender ones don't really have a smell, but these dark ones really smell so nice. And I sit there in the morning and drink my coffee. I love it there, down there. These really grew a lot. There's parsley in there. These lavender petunias are just such a cute, pretty lavender color. And, you know, more petunias that are a little bit different color. And these ones are a little bit different. They're all a little bit different. And this vine grows on our house and on the garage and everywhere. It is actually cute. It gets cute berries and it has cute stems. It's like red. It is cute, but it can really overtake everything. I love the look of those petunias that are all just packed together. The alyssum, this alyssum, I don't know what's happening to that. This vine is growing nicely. The sage. And then this should have been in the backyard garden tour maybe, or I guess not. This is the front of our house that I never show. But those are lilies, and there's November trying to pick the petals off the lilies, so I'm telling her not to do that. The daylilies I could do without. And then we Matt just planted this hydrangea and it's Seaside Serenade hydrangea, and our plan is to have lots of hydrangeas right there by the stairs that I'm not going to show you. So that is our front yard tour, and I hope you enjoyed it. And here's just a little video of November again playing with the lilies. Anyways, I hope you have a good day, and I hope you enjoy our front yard garden tour.